what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is going to be episode 13 of Building Feed. This week I got actually a decent amount of progress done, more than I've gotten in the past few updates, but not quite as much as I was hoping to. But before we get started, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Let's get right into it. So I decided to continue working on this section here and extend out the tile, the floor, all the way to the end of this section. And while I was doing that, I got a little bored because building the road, as you guys know, is just a pain. So I decided to take a crack at doing some of the foliage. And while I was doing that, I decided to start working on the tree. And let me tell you, this is one of, if not the best thing that I have ever built. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the camera off the tripod and show you guys what it looks like. So coming over, you can kind of see what the greenery is looking like. Basically, it's just a bunch of those little leaf pieces, and then I have some of the flowers just kind of scattered throughout, similar to what we see in Battlefront 2. And then I have just Queen Amidala here chilling in this garden area. And then turning towards the tree, basically what we're looking at is a bunch of flex tubes in brown, and then some whip pieces wrapped around holding them all together. And then if we keep on going up here, you can see I added in some leaves, and basically the way that these are all attached is I have some bars sticking out in brown, obviously attached to some of these leaves, and then I went ahead and added in a bunch of these little whips, so it looks like there are all of the little branches attaching to the leaves, so they're not just kind of floating weirdly, which is a big problem that I've had in almost every tree that I've built. And that's kind of why I love this design so much. And then moving up, we have some Technic connectors attaching some more of those flex tubes. And then coming up here, we have another leaf section, again with some more of those whips. And these are all just tucked in behind the longer whips. And then going up all the way to the top, the canopy of the tree has a bunch more of those little whips attaching to each section of the leaves, and then kind of going up to the very top. This is what this tree looks like, and I am so happy with it. And I'll go ahead and zoom out so you guys can kind of see what it looks like compared to the buildings. This thing is so tall and it really scales well. I'm so happy with this. I really could not be happier. The building is going to get extended up probably that much more, so it's going to be taller than the tree, which is good. Obviously, you don't want the tree to be the tallest thing on the MOC, but it really scales well. I'm so proud of this. I can't stress enough how excited and how happy I am with the way that this thing turned out. This has completely transformed the entire look of the MOC, and I could not be happier. It's been a while since the last haul that I got for this MOC, but this week I got in a package, so I'm gonna go ahead and open this up so we can get started building with some of these parts. Alright, so the main thing that I got was 300 of the 1x2 cheese slopes in tan, which I desperately needed for Theed, as well as actually a different MOC that I'm doing on the side. And then I got some 1x4 plates, and I got some tan jumpers for some small areas of railing, just making it look a little bit nicer, so that will definitely help out there. And then another main part of the haul was 90 of these dark bluish gray jumper plates, and these ones I specifically got with this style of the bottom, as you can see here, because you can actually stick plates in the middle here, which I definitely need for the way that I'm building the windows on the MOC. And then also kind of related, I'm using a bunch of these rail plates on the windows, so I got those too. And I have a bunch more coming in, but those are in the other order that I bought. And then I got a few more of the 1x2 sand green tiles. And then this was kind of unrelated, but it was an interesting part that they had, and it's useful for various greebling and just detail around the MOC, so I grabbed a few of those. So now that I got all these parts in, I'm going to go ahead and start using them in the MOC. Alright, so at this point I've made a decent amount of progress. The biggest thing is the doorway here. I went ahead and made it basically the same design as this one, but I changed up the handles. So this is actually using the ring from the Lord of the Rings as the kind of round knocker style handles. So it's a little bit different from this one, at least. There's a little bit of variation. I wanted to have both of these with a balcony because if you live in a city with a river in the middle, you want kind of an area that you can look out over that scenery and just take it in. So it makes sense to have both of these with that on the back side of the house. And then I just went ahead and extended up the rest of these pillars. This is probably the height that I want this building to be, and then obviously I'd have the little roof section on top of it with the dome. But I'm not entirely sure what to do here because for this I was able to build the entire thing snot pointing to the left, all attached from this side here. But the window design actually needs this to be a regular brick so that I can attach the arch piece. So that is a bit of an issue. I'm not really sure what I want to do in this section here. I don't really, I think, want to have a different window design. I think that would just look weird, and I don't really want to do that. So I'm a little bit torn. Do I just leave this blank, which is what I'll probably end up doing, or do you guys have an idea of something that I can throw in there instead? If you guys do, definitely let me know because I'm at a little bit of a crossroads here. So once I got to that point, I kind of stopped working on this, and I started continuing on with this one here. And I haven't done too much to this building since the last time you saw it, but I started putting in the window here, and then I'm going to hopefully go around, put another window in the front, and then build this up here to the same height as what we've got going on here, and then start putting in that kind of walkway arched bridge thing. So that is going to be my next thing that I tackle, but right now it is currently Friday, and the package that I'm waiting on still has not come yet. So as of right now, that is what I have done so far. So as you guys might remember from last week, building this section required me to have a stud reversal, and the way that I accomplished it was by using a bunch of these bracket plates with some tiles over it, and it has that half plate offset, which I kind of like on this section, but on the other side it's a little bit repetitive, and it's kind of funny because out of the blue, Rich Boy J actually messaged me a different way that I could do this, which is basically this. The only problem that I have with this is the fact that I don't have any of these inverted 1x2 brackets in light bluish gray, but this is a really nice and simple way to get the same stud reversal that I had, just flat. But it kind of got me thinking, so I came up with this. It's basically the same idea, however it's using only the 1x1 inverted brackets, and you're putting them with some tiles meeting backwards. And I just have these dark orange 1x2 plates to connect everything together, but they would obviously just be the bricks on the actual model. But you get the same exact thing, it's just a different way of doing it. So I might actually go ahead and switch this out for this. So I went ahead and popped that in, and I'll try and show you guys on here. And it looks a little bit better. It's kind of hard to show because it's on the other side of that. But then coming across here, I was able to use that 2x3 tile, and I think that kind of just blends better with the rest of the MOC in general. And then the big reason that I was held back this week with those delayed parts is because of the tree. I wasn't able to finish this one. I went ahead and kind of made the trunk, but I wasn't able to finish it because I'm missing the pieces that actually stick on here and then connect all the leaves. So that kind of threw that whole thing off there. But overall, I am really happy with the progress that I made this week. I got this whole tree done. This thing looks really, really nice. I got this all nice and textured up, but obviously I still want to change out some of those flowers so it's not quite as repetitive. And then I did go ahead and make a lot of progress on these buildings, and I probably would have finished it if this didn't bug me so much. I really don't know what to do with this here. It's kind of a roadblock, and I'm not sure what I want to do. Honestly, I think just making it flat might be the way to go, even though that's kind of boring. And then this building, I can kind of show you guys what I've done to it. Not a whole ton, and there you can kind of see the dark orange on the actual window. But I went ahead and put in another thing of dark tan there, and then I'll go ahead and switch out these little rail plates for the dark gray ones now that I got them in. And then I'll just show you guys kind of the difference in the doors, which is basically just the handles. But I think it looks really nice, and I'm excited to continue on working on Theed. But this is what it's looking like so far. Definitely made a lot of noticeable progress this week, and I think next week will be even more because I'll just have all of those parts in and ready to go. But that is all that I have to cover for this week. Alright guys, that is going to wrap up episode 13 of Building Theed. Like I said, I got a decent amount of progress done, but again, I was held back waiting for parts. So hopefully once all those parts come in, I'll be able to just charge ahead and get a lot of progress done. If you guys enjoyed the video, definitely make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more content like this. And if you guys are interested in the lights that I'm using in this MOC, they are LightMyBricks, and I have a link that will give you $10 off your first purchase at LightMyBricks. So if you guys are interested in that, go ahead and click the link at the top right corner of the screen. But that is all that I had for you guys this week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.